Welcome back to another episode of 50 Shades of NBA. I'm Nathan.
I'm Trey.
And this is episode number 33 today. And with that being said, we'll get into our usual Who Wore the NBA number. And I got for you Stephon Marbury, 3 seasons. And Marc Gasol with 12. And of course, Larry Legend.
For me, I'm going to hit you with the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Patrick Ewing, and the Kobe Bryant, but in high school at Lower Merion in Philadelphia.
Okay, that was good. That was really good.
I think I won today.
That was very good. No, I mean, yeah. The ending one kind of solidified it.
Yeah, I took it.
It really did. So props to you.
Thank you.
Next week, I got you.
Appreciate it. This podcast is the first now. It's going to be the first one of a long series where we're officially going to be an online podcast. We're not in the same room anymore, sadly.
It is sad. It's sad indeed.
But it comes from a place of happiness, though.
It does. New beginnings, new roads, new chapters in our life. We're graduated. I'm now a retired NCAA college athlete. So with that being said, I got a 10-cent bet last night on Moneyline Lakers. And I won because obviously the Lakers won, but more on that later. And I reaped in 7 extra cents.
Look at you, man.
I know. Feels pretty damn good.
Not even retired for like a week and you're already betting.
Yeah, I was quick with it. Been waiting, dude. I've been waiting.
Yeah. Like a good little boy.
Came, a good, responsible collegiate athlete.
Yeah, if you hadn't been waiting though, like if you had been betting the entire time, Nathan, like what could the NCAA do now, even though?
Probably take away the 2 years of eligibility that I do have left.
That's a great point. Because when we
that'd make the most sense.
Because when we go get our masters, Nathan, you're just going to use those last 2 years.
Touche. I could. I very well could.
Even better, you know what we should do?
That'd be kind of fun though.
We should both go to a college that sucks at basketball and see if we can walk on for basketball.
That sounds good.
Like a D3
I'm sure we
garbage basketball team.
NAIA.
Yeah.
NAIA. Yeah.
Something.
Dude.
Walk on.
Yeah.
That's your new mission.
Not a bad idea.
I'm going to give you that mission. Find us a school.
Of the hundreds,
Find us a school.
Of the hundreds of schools that exist in the Division III level, we could find one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially one that, maybe they're down on admission numbers and they're just like, man, we need 2. We need 2 terrible, inexperienced basketball players just for numbers. Keep the school afloat.
Yeah, and on top of that, we'd be like, we run a podcast. We'll promote your team.
First sponsored basketball team by the players who run a podcast.
Bam. Bam.
The only podcast, by the way.
The only podcast in human history, I'm pretty sure.
No, I did check the other day. That it checks out. It really does.
Yeah, I Googled podcasts, and they said, do you mean 50 Shades of NBA podcasts? And I was like, I guess I do.
Like, would you look at that? Yeah, I like that, Trey.
Yeah, but it is sad,
One
though.
day,
we are online now. Nathan, you have gone back home to Colorado. I'm still here in Dubuque, waiting for you to return, missing you every night.
Appreciate that. It's only been a couple nights, right?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, Sunday. I left Sunday.
Yeah, you dished out on Sunday. I almost started crying. You know how it be.
I did. No, it was really bittersweet. I got the emotions out on the 12-hour drive home, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's rough.
Ready to rock.
It be what it be, but
ready to rock.
We're still here to bring content. Still here. Our TikTok's been going crazy.
Yeah, no, you guys definitely have to check out the TikTok page. Trey's been popping off with a butt ton of content, and it's hilarious to look at. Spent a lot of time just liking and reposting because I enjoyed it. And then, I don't know, we'll definitely be going way harder on that for your entertainment and also ours because I enjoy making them a lot.
I like making them.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. We'll put it on our Instagram. I don't know about Twitter just because it doesn't really translate super well from Twitter to TikTok or vice versa.
Yeah, I agree. But it works out when it needs to work out.
Indeed.
Yeah. Indubitably.
Indubitably. With that being said,
I'll graduate.
Trey, damn straight we are. Somehow, hey, 6 to 8 weeks we'll have that diploma too. Yeah, we'll jump right into it. After our podcast last week on Tuesday, Mike Budenholzer was let go, relieved of his jobs as the Milwaukee Bucks head coach, and that came off of a 5-game elimination series against the Miami Heat, who are currently doing great in their respective playoff series. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, Mike was let go, championship head coach, just a couple of years ago, a couple of years removed. But when that news came out, Trey, what did you think? Was it the right move for the Bucks to do? And how do you feel about it now?
I don't know. I feel like it needed to happen. I, for some reason, am a really big fan of Coach Bud. At the same time, that series is almost unforgivable at this point with how they just kind of fell apart. Lost to the 8th seed, lost to a play-in team.
Yep.
Like, what are you really going to do with that? And I understand that this is kind of the point of a play-in, is to be, anyone can win. No one really expects this 8th seeded Heat team to be doing what they're doing, especially to, honestly, probably the favorite in the East to go to the championship this year, to go to the finals.
You're not wrong to say that.
Probably especially the favorite in the league to win a championship. So I think it needed to happen that Coach Bud was let go. He was on the hot seat a lot before their championship run.
Yes, they were.
They talked about it every year, how they were always the first seed, never made it past the second round or made it to the finals. Yep. And they were like, wow, this is Coach Bud's last year. If they don't win a championship, he's fired. And then they won a championship. So they're like, well, crap. Like, I want to get rid of Coach Bud, but I don't know.
Kind of can't now.
Yeah, you kind of can't. So it kind of needed to happen, more or less, but I don't know. It still feels a little weird watching a championship coach walk away.
Yeah, 2 years removed. They still, like you said, they're the number 1 seed this year. And by all means, I think the playoff series loss to the Heat was a blunder, like you said. And I don't know how I feel about Mike being let go. Damian Lillard shared some thoughts on it after he was fired and removed from his position. He's like, how do you let go of a championship level coach? Which I appreciate a lot. I don't think he was, I don't know. I can't put the whole blame of it on him. Maybe like 50-50, half on him, half the players. Because Giannis and a couple of other Bucks players were very vocal about how they looked past the Heat. They're already looking towards, playing the Cavs or Knicks in the next round. So obviously there's not a lot of focus on the player side of it, which I do also understand that, a lot of it is reflected down from the coaching position. But I don't know if I would have let go of him now. If they underperformed again next season, I'd be more willing to listen to that.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find championship level teams with a team that, like, most of their core, for all intents and purposes, like, is the same from that championship run, like Giannis, Brook, K. Middleton, and Drew Holiday.
And they're all playing just as well, if not better. Yeah,
no, they definitely were. Giannis, again, another top 3 MVP season. Middleton come back from injury this year. He was doing all right. And then Brook Lopez and Drew Holiday, both first team all defense. Like,
another
at
level
some point,
this year.
when I look at that, like, the team, the individual players were so good. It's just they failed to show up night in and night out against Miami Heat team that's definitely less talented than them, outside of Jimmy Butler and Bam on the occasional night. But I don't know. I think a lot of it, how I'm looking at it, falls on the players for this. But I do appreciate your perspective on that.
Yeah, it kind of also goes back to that, like, I don't know if you saw, but Draymond said about his loss that when you lock down the stars, that certain players, like, if they beat you, they beat you. You just kind of have to live with it, like he was saying about Lonnie Walker.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened with the Heat-Bucks series is, I mean, Jimmy was going God mode and dropping 30, 40, 50, like, going crazy.
Doing everything he needed to.
But Bam was shut down completely by Lopez. Like, he was not having a good series. It really was just like Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, all these guys who you most
a
teams,
resurgence of Duncan Robinson.
It's players you're going to look past. And I think there's a certain level where the coaching brings that out of you, right? Where Eric Spoelstra is able to like be like, no, we're going to have Gabe Vincent take this. We're going to have Duncan Robinson, after being garbage all year and having the worst contract in the NBA, shoot lights out the entire game. Like, there's a certain level of like the coaching, like Coach Bud was straight up out-coached, right? And there's always going to be an extra set of motivation for players too when they are the underdogs, right? When you're the AC coming in against that first game series, but
nothing to lose.
Exactly. And I feel like every other time that an 8 has beat a 1, there's been a major injury. Like, I think back to the last time it happened, it was Sixers versus Bulls. Bulls were the first seed. Sixers won the series in 6, I believe, because Derrick Rose got injured in game 2, tore his ACL for the first time. And so that was, the major catalyst for there, because it was, they had the underdog, and then they had the momentum, and then the Bulls lost their best star. And, it's just kind of like that sort of situation. I can't remember. The 1980-something Knicks also beat the first seed with Patrick Ewing. Shout out number 33.
Okay.
But I think there was a major injury in that first series as well. And once you have that 8 seed beating the first seed, you have a certain level of momentum, right? Because you're just like, wow, I killed the champion. Like, I killed, I beat the best team.
The respective favorite, yep.
And so I feel like there's a certain level of, like, knee-jerk reaction from the Bucks going like, oh, we're just going to get rid of Bud. And there's also a certain level of like, well, is Bud actually a good coach? Or did he just get carried? Because Giannis, I mean, I'm not going to say they won in large part only to Giannis. But Giannis was like knocking down free throws, was doing all the things that he couldn't do that he needed to step up. He was doing those things in that playoff run, and especially in those championships when he had 50 on like 20 for 20 on free throws. Like, that's unheard of for Giannis. So, I don't think Coach Bud is a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach. I think he's a good coach who had a great team. And I think the Bucks have been looking for a reason to get rid of him because they know he's not very good, and they were trying to get rid of him in the first place.
No, that's fair. They definitely have been looking for a couple of years now that you kind of shedded light on to get rid of him. And if he didn't win it 2 years ago, then he probably would have been gone that year. Obviously, he bought himself a little more time. But I don't know. We'll see. I just look at that roster again, and there is so much talent and like potential for them to have done good, and I just don't see how the players didn't deliver. On their end, like the other guys. Giannis went down game 1, missed game 2. Right? Yeah, missed game 2. But even still, he was available the 3 other games, and the Bucks in all those games were favored. It felt like every game the Heat won, everyone looked at it as a fluke. Even in that game 5 elimination game, the Bucks were still favored pretty heavily in that matchup. So
I agree.
I don't know. The role players didn't step up. They didn't show up for that series, but I can also see how you'd appoint that to coaching. I don't know.
It's a weird situation.
That's where I'm kind of at. It definitely falls on both sides.
Yeah,
but
it's a weird situation, and it's shocking to see a coach who's had so much success not be the head coach there anymore. Because Coach Bud was. Do you remember where he was before he was with the Bucks?
I want to just say he's a Popovich disciple.
I believe he might be, but before he was with the Bucks, he was the Hawks head coach with the Paul Millsap, Al Horford, Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver core that had 60 wins.
Yep.
And the reason that he left them in the first place is the Hawks were like, we're going to start a rebuild. Do you want to be the head coach of a rebuilding team? And he said, I would prefer not to. And so they said, we'll let you go. And then he went to the Bucks because Jason Kidd was failing as a head coach there because they had I want to say it was the worst opponent 3-point field goal percentage from corners. Like teams were shooting above 50% from 3 in the corners against Jason Kidd's defense. So The Bucks have never really had that great coach, so they jumped on Bud when he became available because they wanted to take him to the next level. And Coach Kidd had, I think he had 2 supporters on the entire team that still wanted him to be there.
Jesus.
And the supporters were Jason Terry and Giannis. And they were like, don't fire Coach Kidd. And every other player was like, I want Coach Kidd gone. So they got Coach Bud.
Yeah, get that man out of here.
Coach Bud came in, was leading them to regular season, like 1 seeds, wasn't doing anything in the playoffs. So like, we're going to fire you. Championship comes out. Boom, can't fire him anymore.
There you go. Now I'll be curious though to look at this year's head coaching cycle and see who the Bucks go after. I haven't heard any names that they're specifically targeting. I don't know about you, but I feel like it's been pretty quiet from the Bucks after they let go.
It has been
of Mike.
I assume they're doing an in-house promotion first, right? Because that's what those
I take that back.
are.
I did. Oh wait, no. This is for the Raptors job. Becky Hammond's name came up for the Raptors job, but I was thinking of her for the Bucks.
She came up for the Pistons job too.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about the Raptors though, because when they fired Dwayne Casey, they promoted their assistant coach, Nick Nurse, to be head coach. So maybe Nick Nurse to Milwaukee now. I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool to see. I think I do like Nick Nurse better.
I do too.
As a head coach than I do like Mike Budenholzer. So it'd be an upgrade. Maybe not like a leap, but at least a step towards what the Bucks are looking for from a coaching position.
That's fair.
So,
I don't know. I feel like the same 3 names are like always in my head for coaching positions, and it's always at least this year it's Nick Nurse, it's Becky Hammond, and it's Jaron Collins, the assistant for the Pelicans. Those are like the 3 names that I like the most for head coaching, I guess, this year. If the Sixers end up losing, Doc Rivers is also probably gone.
Yep.
I think Becky Hammond would be really cool to be a Sixers head coach, but I don't want to. Not going that far into the future, because if Doc wins us the Celtics series,
exactly, and I think that's a perfect little transition. So we can get into that series. The Sixers the other night evened it up at 2-2 behind excellent James Harden performance.
Fantastic.
After what he had a lackluster game 2 and 3. So he's proven to everyone it was not just one game.
It was just 2 games.
Yeah, it's just 2 games. Yeah.
Oh.
But I'll let you get into that as a resident Sixers writer, Sixers fan. So let me hear what you got to say, Trey.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gutsy win. Marcus Smart almost won it at the buzzer. Thank God, that 1 second went by before he shot it, but it was a crazy game. James Harden took over, especially in the fourth quarter. I think he finished with like 45 or something.
Yeah.
Was going absolutely insane. He hit multiple like just top of the key mid-range jumpers, right? Which is something that like most casual but super analytically based NBA fans are against, right? Is those mid-range shots. It's the go-to shot for the playoffs, because the only place you're going to get so much space without a crap ton of passing. And so it was nice to see Harden just hit those repeatedly. And then finally there was just, I think they were down by 2. They're down by 2 or they were down by 1 with like 20 seconds left. And they found James Harden in the corner. He hit the game-winning 3. They came up the court, passed it around. Marcus Smart it took a second to get to Marcus Smart. He shot the ball. Time expired before he shot it, and he drilled it. So it was a heart-wrenching, like anxiety-filled, terrified for my life game.
Emotional roller coaster.
I was so scared, and it felt like every single time that the Celtics went down the court, it was just a bucket, immediately.
No, you love to see it. I'm happy to see that the Sixers went back, evened it, because I was saying last week that I do like him in the series. So having Harden respond in the manner that he did do is perfect to see. And they're going back to Boston, right, for game 5.
Yes, sir. They're playing right now.
You just gotta hope that carries over. And yeah, they're playing right now. Last time I looked, they had a double-digit lead somewhere in the third quarter. So Embiid had like 21 at half, something like that. But they're playing well. As long as you have the duo of Joel Embiid and Harden playing well together, then you're in good hands.
And Harden,
I was gonna ask, can you tell me like how Maxey is doing in this series?
he's off and on.
I feel like he's been so quiet. Okay.
He's
been so quiet.
He's been low key. Like he'll have efficient games that are quiet, or he'll just have bad games. Like he'll get 15 on like 8 shots some games, and that's cool. Like, I'll take it. Like he'll get like 14 points on they put up tour dates a lot. Harden and Maxey have been putting up tour dates in game 2 and 3 because they would legitimately go for like 4 for 22, 3 for 17, like stuff like that. And it was just, it looked like tour dates. And so it was just heartbreaking. And a lot of it, like I saw a lot of memes of like, because Tyrese Maxey is such a fan of having James Harden, and he's often like trying to emulate him. And so that's why they did like the beard thing on Harden's game 1 performance. And so they're like, oh, Maxey's trying to emulate Harden, put up more tour dates with him. But he's been kind of missing, but he's a younger player. I mean, this is only like his 3rd year. Yeah, this is his 3rd year.
I only bring him up. I only bring him up because he's one of the dudes that you and I have talked a lot about off the podcast, and he's expecting a bag for all intents and purposes this off season. And I don't know, now is like the prime time that you want to show your skill set and kind of show the moment's not too big. And especially in games when Harden isn't playing well and Embiid isn't available, like we've seen. He's the dude you want to step up. Like, all respect to Tobias Harris, but I don't really think he's at that level anymore.
I don't think he's anywhere near
you guys
where he's supposed to be.
You haven't needed him, though, to be at that level, though, this entire season. So, I don't know. I do want to see more out of Maxey. But you're smiling right now. What are you looking at?
Just looked up the score. Minute 27 left in the 4th quarter. 76ers up 113 to 101.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hey,
that is beautiful.
You want to know how much Tyrese Maxey has right now?
Is he going? I'm gonna say 25.
He got 30.
30. Okay, see, there you go, Tyrese Maxey. Talking down on your name, and you're responding in a beautiful manner. Wow, that worked out really well.
That worked out perfect. I just looked it up. Really well. This will be the first time the 76ers have won a Game 5 in the second round of the playoffs since 2001.
Holy
They've lost 6 straight.
That is honestly really impressive.
Oh,
for Game 5 specifically in the second round. That's awesome.
Yeah, Game 5 is a decider.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Way to go. There we go. Feeling really good about my Sixers pick right about now.
Oh my God.
Trey is very happy man.
Oh, we
perfect.
Just suck so bad at Game 5.
Not anymore. It's a thing of the past. Assuming the minute 27 go according to
plan. We're good. We scored again. There's only 21 seconds left. It's over.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, thank God. Joel's got 33.
Maxey, thank you for stepping up big. Literally moments after I was doubting your playoff performance up to this point, but
thank God.
I wouldn't even say I was down there. I was just saying I expected more out of him.
Yeah.
And he delivered tonight.
Give him the bag, bro. Pay Maxey.
How much do you think he deserves? What do you think he deserves?
Max.
Max?
I'd give it to him right now. That's 25% of the salary cap. The salary cap is what, 10 something? Current NBA salary cap? I don't know. Like that's like 20. That's probably like $30 million a year.
Okay. Yeah, for your third best player.
Yeah, I mean, soon to be second, bro. I mean, James Harden's not going to be playing like this forever.
On that trajectory. Nope. Definitely on that trajectory. So.
Speaking of Harden, he's got 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists, which is what we've been missing from Harden this series is the consistent distributor for Harden, because he was distributor all year long, like the best distributor in the NBA. League leading 10.7 assists. And we just haven't had that. Like he's been getting like 4 all series, Whether he's dropping 40 or if he's dropping, 11, he's getting like 4 assists with it. So seeing 17, 10, and 8 is
very evenly distributed.
So we're going back to Philadelphia. When is the next game? Would it be Saturday?
3-2 lead.
There's no way it's all the way back to Saturday. I think game
Friday?
7. I think game 7 is supposed to be at Saturday. Thursday.
Oh.
Thursday,
okay.
May 11th.
Okay.
So we'll be back in Philadelphia for a potential elimination game.
Sixers and 6.
Sixers in hopefully at all. I don't care when, just at all.
Ring that bell. Ring that bell, baby. Ring that bell.
Bro,
That's
Joel
awesome.
Embiid's never once. It's final, by the way. 115-103. Let's go. Joel Embiid's never made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Until this year, dude. Until this year.
Stop saying things, bro. Go knock on something.
Trey. I'm knocking on wood, but I can say these things. I'm not a Sixers fan.
Stop it.
So I'm watching. I'm observing this playoffs.
Be a Sixers fan for this playoffs with me.
I'll say it for you.
Oh my God, I'm so scared.
I'll root for him.
I'm so scared.
Yeah. You know what?
Honestly, the Heat scare me.
The Heat. You know what? The Heat are weird. They've had historically, or at least recently, good playoff series against the Bucks and the Sixers. So I do understand that fear. Jimmy Butler, kind of a scary man right now. We'll talk about that in a minute.
When did the Heat play the Sixers?
All right, have they not matched up?
The last time the Heat played the Sixers in the playoffs was...
Maybe I'm just thinking Bucks.
I think you're bugging, bro, because the Heat...
All right, I must be bugging.
Made their Eastern Conference championship year because they beat a team that wasn't the Sixers.
Yep.
Might have been the Nets, actually. And then they beat the Bucks. And then they beat the Hawks. No, not the Hawks. Beat the Celtics, I think. Something in that order.
All right. We're bugging.
And then the 2017
just
series.
in the Bucks kryptonite.
The 2017 series, I believe, was the first year the Sixers made the playoffs with the process. Ben Simmons rookie year. And
air quotes.
The Heat Sixers played that year, but it was in 5 because it was masked Joel. And he was murdering fools.
Okay.
Getting bugged. I think it was in 5.
Masked any player is sick.
Masked any player is sick. I love when they're like masked player and then he sucks. Like he has a horrible game. I remember Devin Booker had a masked game in the finals against the Bucks and he played like crap.
Yep, I remember that. Takes a special type of individual to pull off a masked game performance.
LeBron, Joel, those type of guys.
LeBron. Jaylen Brown.
Masked Jaylen Brown's scary. That being said, if the Celtics do lose the series against Philadelphia, Jaylen Brown is gone.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't stay there anymore.
Garbanzo. Oh, hell no. I wouldn't either.
No, get out of there, Jaylen. I don't know where you're going to go.
Yeah, unless the Celtics won a championship this year, I wouldn't stay regardless, even if they made it to the conference finals.
He said he wanted to make, or there was a report that he wanted to make an All-NBA team, and he did not.
Mm-hmm.
And that if he didn't make it, he was going to go somewhere where he could make it. Because, I mean, a lot of people looked at that and were like, oh, that's so stupid and superficial. That literally affects your contract.
Yeah, it definitely does.
If you make
Gordon Hayward,
go ahead.
When Gordon Hayward didn't make it a couple of years ago when he was on the Utah Jazz, like the Jazz couldn't offer him the amount of money he wanted. That's why he left.
Yeah, it was unfortunate because I don't remember how many you have to make, but if you make a certain amount of those, you have a certain amount of all defensive selections, a certain amount of all-star selections. The max contract from you grows. So right now, Jaylen Brown's eligible for a 35% max. Like 35% of the salary cap would be his max contract. I think the Celtics can give him like a 40% max or something. But if he had made it, I feel like, I don't know if I'm right about this, but I think he would have gone up to the 40% threshold and the Celtics would have been able to offer like a 45%. Or maybe it's 30 and 35. That might have been what it is.
Yeah.
And he could have gotten up to 40. But yeah.
But a significant amount more money that you could make just for making all NBA teams. So
all NBA teams, MVPs, DPOYs, they all have an effect on this. All-stars.
Yep, definitely does.
And when you're on a team,
get that bag, bro.
You're that second option, bro. Like I don't think he can sign a contract worth as much money as Chris Middleton at this point. I think he's blocked from it. which is crazy to say.
That's crazy. Because he's a way better player than Chris Middleton, at least for this season.
At least forever.
So, yeah. I mean, for now on, yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, I don't know. I wish the best for him. Can't wait for him to be on the Jazz. So
it makes sense. I mean, the Jazz makes sense.
It does.
You're gonna get a good pick this year.
Yeah.
What are you projected? Like 7 or 8, somewhere in that range.
We're
higher?
in the teens.
Teens.
We're in the teens.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see where Draft Lotto puts us. But
I'm excited for the Draft Lotto because I've done a lot of research into players this year, so I'm actually excited for it for once.
Yes, you have.
Watching film for fun.
Looking forward to that.
We should do
scout right.
Oh wait, I was gonna say we should do a live YouTube, like stream the draft and just kind of talk over it.
If we could like get our Skype. I don't know how that would work, but
there's ways to make it work.
That'd be fun.
But unfortunately, I'm already committed to another NBA live stream for the draft.
Fair enough. You know what?
It's unfortunate.
I'll tune into that then. I'll leave comments.
I'll try to get you to come on.
Leave comments.
Try to see if I can get you on.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Talk to Zach.
All right, word. Well, stay tuned for that, guys. But going on to our Heat and Knicks series, which it currently sits at 3-1. Yep, I go to the other Eastern Conference series. This it's been so ugly.
It's been gross. It's been real gross.
It really has. It's been the Miami Heat show.
It has been.
And Jimmy Butler, like, he hasn't even had games like he had in the first round of the NBA playoffs so far, which if I'm a Knicks fan watching this, I'm like, how the hell are we getting smoked like we are every single game? And I watched the fourth quarter last night for the Knicks and Heat game, and it's not even like it was a blowout. It was just watching it, you could just tell that the heart and the want to actually win the game from the New York Knicks players, it wasn't there. I look at a stupid foul, offensive foul from Julius Randle when he did have 5, and he's driving into the paint and commits a charge on who was it? I don't even know. Commits a charge on one of the Miami Heat players, and it's like, why are you driving in that aggressive with 5 fouls and there's like maybe 4 minutes left on the clock and you're within 10. So I don't know. Just a lot of lackluster performances. Again, going back to Julius Randle, he's catching a lot of strays right now. But watching his first quarter, it was so pathetic, dude. Like, this dude broke down literally every single significant series or possession that the Knicks were either on defense or offense. And there's just so many mental mistakes. I don't even know about mental mistakes because the effort and it was sad to see. The effort was not there, to say the least. Not getting back on defense, hardly putting a hand up to contest a shot on defense.
Yeah.
Stupid, silly, elementary basketball turnovers and positioning on offense, all in the first quarter too. So you can't even say he's gassed or, exhausted because the game just tipped off.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely going to advance.
Yeah.
Maybe 5, maybe 6.
Definitely in 5.
Yeah. I'd like to see it be in 5.
I would love to see the Knicks make a 3-1 comeback though, because I like this Knicks team.
You don't like this Knicks team. You just want an easier opponent for
That's not true. I do like this Knicks team.
No, it totally is.
We just talked about this, how I love Julius Randle.
Brunson. No, I know. I like Brunson a lot. And Brunson's been putting his whole heart and soul into the series, which is more than I can say for his teammates right now.
Yeah. I can did you see there's a quote from Julius Randle in his presser where he says, I don't know, maybe they just wanted it more. Yep. It's sad.
I did see that. Yeah, exactly. It goes back to everything I just freaking said. Like, what?
Exactly.
What do you mean? Maybe they just wanted it more. Dude.
Why do you not want it? Like, what do you not? Is it the cheese touch? Like, do you not want to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro?
Early in the show, I said the Bucks were looking past the Heat, which they probably were, but the Cavs were also looking past New York onto the Bucks. I got those two flip flopped, but
got it.
I
do have some playoff notes from Click Productions. Runs an Instagram page called Knicks.click. I'm gonna run through this. So Julius Randle now has the fifth lowest field goal percentage in playoff history through his 2 runs.
Jesus,
it's the worst since 1954.
Oh my God!
It is a 34.
Didn't even know how to shoot the ball.
34.1% field goal percentage in the playoffs in 13 games.
34.
34.1. Yeah.
Julius, what are we doing?
It's rough, man. It's the 4 people ahead of him. Stop me if you know any of them. Joe Fultz, Chick Halbert, Bellis Smalley, or Ed Sadowski.
Nope.
Exactly.
Sick last name on Sadowski, but no idea who that is.
You do know the 6th place player, though. He has a field goal percentage of 34.2. His name?
Okay.
Bob Cousy.
Bob Cousy, the GOAT.
Bob Cousy just keeps popping up. It's not our fault.
That can guard all 5 positions.
If you're anti-Bob Cousy, like, tell the universe, because they're clearly telling us to talk about Bob Cousy. I got more. I got more Knicks stacks for you, though.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Every New York Knick is averaging less points in the playoffs, except for Josh Hart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Emmanuel Quickley himself has lowered his scoring by 6 points, his field goal percentage by 10% from field goal, and 13% lower from 3-point.
And that you said that's the whole playoffs, not even just this series?
No, just the whole playoffs.
Cleveland, bro, what are you doing? How did you lose to this? Nobody's playing as good as they did in the regular season.
Quentin Grimes?
Quinn Grimes, yep.
Their young 3-point shooting specialist is shooting 17% from 3.
That's really good.
That's one way to say it. And then on top of that, the only 3-point shooter above league average is Josh Hart at 36% from 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm speechless.
It's bad. The Knicks are down horrendous. And to be fair, like, they are
more
a
of a
defense.
Tom
It's not more of a Tom Thibodeau thing. Get out of here. It might be. I'm not a big fan of Thibodeau, honestly. I think it's a leadership thing.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that the last time the Knicks made the second round of the playoffs, the average age of their roster was like 32 or something.
Such old men.
And they lost like 2 starters to retirement, 1 starter to free agency, and they retained like Carmelo Anthony and lost the other one to injury all next season.
Lord.
So like the future's a lot brighter now than it was previously. Obviously.
It definitely is.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I like the Knicks. I think Barrett's been really great at points and times. He's shown a lot more flashes than he was earlier in the season. So I think RJ Barrett's really solidifying his ability to play in New York under MSG lights in New York media. He can handle that. I think Jalen Brunson's been solid. He's been averaging basically the same numbers he had all season, except on I think it was like 7% lower efficiency. Like, it was bad. Julius Randle obviously is playing horrendous basketball. He's averaging like 16 points when he was averaging 24 on the regular season. Like, it's
that's crazy.
Drastic what's happening in this situation. And it's kind of crazy even to begin to talk about or even think about how badly you need to crumble or how badly you need to be outcoached by someone. Eric Spoelstra, one of the greatest coaches of our generation. Also, at what point did we start like putting Eric Spoelstra in like top 10 coaches, top 5 coaches all time?
Couple more rings.
A couple more rings, bro?
Maybe one more. I'd be okay with that.
One more. Okay, that's fine. A couple more. He's already got like 3. 2. He's got 2.
Be cool.
He's got 2. He was LeBron's coach, right?
Give me one more.
Yeah, he was LeBron's coach in Miami.
I think so. Yeah.
Because he's been there for a minute. Or it might have been Pat Riley, but still. Spo is Spo is clear Doc Rivers in my mind, right? Minimum.
Oh yeah, I like him way better than Doc
Spo is
Rivers.
cleared Tom Thibodeau.
Way better than Doc Rivers. Yep.
I'm gonna give you a hot take here. I think Eric Spoelstra is a better head coach than Steve Kerr.
Ooh. I think Spoelstra has had to do more with less than Steve Kerr.
That makes him better.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can just say because of the talent Steve Kerr has around him that he's getting what is expected out of him.
Bro lost Steph Curry for a year
coach.
And could not figure out how to win more than 30 games.
They weren't really trying to win more than 30 games, though. They weren't trying to be good that year. They had Draymond Green leading that team because Clay was also out with injury.
Let's clarify. It was worse than that. They had Eric Paschal leading that team.
Exactly. That team's not trying to win games.
That's fair. But still, I maintain they could have done more. They had D'Lo that year. They had Dre. They had Steph for part of that year, but Steph also shot like I think 28% from three that year.
Steph wasn't Stephen. Nope.
He only played like 20 something games, like 22 games probably. Mm-hmm. So it's understandable. I always think about that though when I look at stats, and I'm like, wow, kids someday are gonna be like, Dad, is this the greatest shooter of all time? And I'm like, yep. And they go, what happened this year when he shot 23% in the middle of like 2 years removed from his MVP and 1 year before he won a championship?
You're like, son, I have no idea.
Steve Kerr proved he couldn't coach that year.
Couldn't do anything. Steve Kerr put something in the water, made Steph not shoot.
I don't know. I don't know why Steve Kerr. I don't know where Steve Kerr actually ranks in my mind. I think I'm going to have to wait till after the Steph retires, and I'm going to have to see like 3 seasons without Steph.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Which, in all reality, is like less than a decade away.
Yeah, it's definitely within this 10-year period that we're about to enter. That nobody can run forever.
That being said, do you think LeBron can play till he's 50?
50?
50.
No.
Come on.
LeBron cannot play till he's 50 years old. At most, I say LeBron retires probably at the age of 44, 43.
I'm going to say he retires at 47.
47. Bro, he will be able to reap Social Security at that age.
No.
Not actually, but no, 47 is outlandish.
I think it's...
I say 43 is probably an age that's max.
That's only 5 more years, bro.
I know. It's sad and scary to think about.
I think LeBron James, if he really wanted to, could outlast Bronny and Bryce in the NBA.
You really got to hop on that Kawhi Leonard load management.
He would. Yeah, he'd absolutely have to. He'd be playing like 28 games a year.
Yeah, literally.
But that's 28 wins right there.
God. Could be. Depends on how his 28 games affect team chemistry.
I think
inserting LeBron James into the lineup for 28 games.
47 is kind of crazy. That's almost a decade away.
47. That's
I think
it's literally LeBron 9 years.
I think LeBron outlasts Steph.
I wouldn't be shocked with that. He's definitely hasn't had the injury history that Steph Curry has more or less been plagued with, especially the lower body injuries that Steph always, unfortunately, seems to maintain and get.
Yeah. Steph's only 3 years younger than LeBron.
Yeah, it's not like Steph Curry's crazy younger. It's only 3 years. He's what? So 35, right?
Yeah, he's 35.
Yeah, if Steph Curry retires at 39 years old, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, that'd be LeBron playing at 42. You can see my dog and my girlfriend 42. In the background.
I do see. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if LeBron outplays Steph Curry.
Man, that'd be crazy. Imagine Steph retires and LeBron's still yamming on fools.
Yeah, he's still playing for championships or in the playoffs.
He's still like the guy on a team that is
catching
like a
oops
3
from
seed.
His son.
Oh,
yeah, literally. Speaking of his son, I'm thinking of Bronny specifically. He did just commit to USC.
Woot.
This past weekend, and he'll be the first member of the James gang to go to college.
He will be. I'm excited for him.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. And USC coach Eric what do you call it? Blanking on his last name.
Coach Eric.
Eric Mobley.
Okay.
Yep. Father of Evan Mobley on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And Isaiah Mobley, who's in this draft.
2024. Okay. But the Cavs own the 2024 first-round pick, which if Bronny James decides to leave after 1 year, would probably fall into their range of where they would pick. High teens.
LeBron James Jr. is not going to last past 10.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Let's see how he performs freshman year.
Has nothing to do with performance. You draft LeBron James Jr., you get LeBron.
You'll get LeBron.
It's you're drafting LeBron.
Drafting LeBron.
And his son, like, that's crazy. Also, how cool is it going to be when LeBron James Jr. and LeBron James are playing together? Like, I will lose my mind.
That would be pretty dope.
We would have to get...
Every home game would be sold out.
We would have to get jerseys.
Yeah.
One of us would be sick. LeBron. The other one would be Bronny. I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm. I'm too. One would be LeBron. The other one would be LeBron.
And then one of us is just rocking a Sierra Canyon Bryce James jersey.
Yep, there you go. He's on the up and up too.
I think Bronny James is not going to last past 10 because of the fact that they're getting LeBron as well.
That's fair.
It's going to be weird seeing LeBron in another jersey.
Unless it's Cleveland.
Even that, I'd be so weirded out. I think Cleveland has the most ugly jerseys in the entire NBA.
Okay.
I think it's boring. Okay. I think their color sucks. I'm
trying to think of someone else that I don't like.
The closest thing in grossness I can think of is the Utah Jazz black and yellow jerseys.
Yeah, ours are really bad. Really bad this year. The primary ones that we rolled out are the worst jerseys in the league, but the purple is beautiful.
It is.
The purple is so nice.
And even with that,
I wish they would have went back to that.
Yeah, but even with that, your regular jerseys are fine. Like, I have no problem with your white and your blues.
Yep. Yeah, those are nice.
Cleveland's regular jerseys suck.
The red?
Yeah, I think it's just I don't. It looks like do you remember the Cleveland Browns jerseys that were white and like they're orange and it would just said like Cleveland here?
Yep.
It looks kind of like that except with a worse color, because I love those Cleveland jerseys that everyone thinks is ugly. I love those things.
Yeah.
But everyone thought they were ugly, and then Cleveland has these jerseys with the thing on the front and the ugly. I hate that color red. I think it looks bad. Give them a rebrand. I'm sick of it. No more Cavaliers.
Red.
Yeah, it's like a crimson, like a wine.
Switch the whole name?
Yeah. Rebrand it. Rebrand it for new colors, bro.
I'm shaking my head, guys. Shaking my head. I wouldn't go that far.
At least rebrand
I could kind of get behind the red. Yeah, I could get behind the switching up the color scheme, but Trey, that's a hot take and a half with
it wasn't
changing the name on them, dude.
I didn't mean the full thing. You know what I meant.
No, I got you. You're coming out hot though.
I was coming out hot. I was taking names. Also, I would like to shout this out. I just saw this on Twitter. This is the first time the Philadelphia 76ers have won a Game 5 at an away court. Like a Game 5 away game ever.
Okay. History of the 76ers. Oh my.
It's crazy.
Team of destiny.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I'm going to just keep saying this stuff to rally you up, bro.
I made us explicit.
You did. It wasn't me. I came close a couple times too. I came really close. Way to go, Trey.
Oh, it's never me either.
No, it's not. I think maybe twice in the history of our 33 episodes now.
I don't think twice. Ever, bro.
No, I'm saying this might have been the second time.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's rare though. We did it. Mama, we did it. Gabby, we did it.
I used to pray for times like this.
I swear to God. But that's awesome. That is awesome. Crazy stat though.
Crazy stat.
You hit us earlier with the Game 5, how they haven't won since 2001, and now you're saying at an away court ever.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Yep.
All right. I like that though.
That being
Is
said,
that also in the second round or just game fives?
Any
Wow.
game 5 at an away court, I believe. I can double
That's
check.
beautiful.
I can double check my source.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
you're cool. You're cool.
Nope, first time ever.
Yeah, that is beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's crazy.
I do want to go back a little bit, talking Steph Curry, LeBron James. It's only fitting we talk about their playoff series together. Highly anticipated, drew in the most ever second round viewership for a game 1 the NBA's ever had, which understandably so. You have LeBron James and Steph Curry both seeking their 5th ring.
Yep.
And they're probably the 2 biggest names in the sport.
I would say they're both top 5.
Better part of a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, better part of a decade. Those 2 are always top 5 jersey sales. So I've loved the series so far. I haven't been let down. Maybe if you want to see it go 7, you were hoping the Warriors would have pulled out last night's win. But you have a ridiculous offensive explosion from a guy coming off the bench, Lonnie Walker, who had 15, which is the first Lakers player since Kobe Bean Bryant to have 15 in a fourth quarter. So, outstanding. And I always hear this from players, coaches, whoever, analysts of the game, saying when the home team or whatever is, okay, when a team's at home, you always want your role players to play better, and they should play better because obviously you're at home, so they have the atmosphere. So the role players stepping up, and that's what we saw last night with
Absolutely.
Lonnie Walker. Rui Hachimura has also been tremendous this playoff series. Before Game 4, he was outscoring the entire Lakers bench by himself by like a point or 2. So Lakers benches has definitely been stepping up way more than I think what a lot of people would have expected, just with a team led by LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and D'Lo, throw that man in there. He's had a solid playoff series too. But yeah, Lakers leading 3-1, going back to Golden State. So I don't know. What other thoughts do you have on that, Trey?
I just want to add in Lonnie Walker from the University of Miami.
Yes.
When he was signed to play with the Lakers, it was really questionable because bro is not really like a 3-point shooter. Mm-hmm. He's definitely a mid-range driver.
Guard, bro.
Very athletic. He was very good at Miami. And then when he was playing for the Spurs, he was still the same guy he is like to this day, right? Mm-hmm. He's still gonna get you buckets within the arc. He's not like the greatest 3-point shooter, but he can hit them if left open.
Yep.
Really good attacker, really good driver. He scored all 15 of his points because he went 6 for 9, 15 points, 2 for 2 from free throws. He scored all 15 points in the fourth quarter. Was a super vital piece. That's really unfortunate, Nathan. I'm sorry.
I know. I got. Thank you, Trey.
Sorry, guys.
My fist bump was left hanging.
Gabby didn't give Nathan a fist bump, so I had to give him one.
It's drunk.
But he scored all 15 in the fourth quarter, which they needed every point of it. I saw him multiple times ISO on Steph. He ISO'd on Clay once. He hit he didn't ISO on Clay. He hit a inbound mid-range screen play on Klay Thompson. Great play. Good job, Darvin Ham. Great play design. Great, just like ability to knock down shots when it mattered for Lonnie. He took the lead over Steph Curry on a long 2 again. Did everything they really needed him to do. I think he only hit 1 3, and then the other 5 were all mid-ranges, and they had the 2 free throws at the end.
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker was super important to that win. Without him, they don't get that win.
They won by 3, so they needed every single point that man gave them. So
I legitimately think that he is the 4th highest paid player on the Lakers.
Wow.
Going into the season, he was the 4th highest paid player. Fifth highest.
Okay.
Because it was LeBron, AD, Russ, Pat Bev was making $13 million at the beginning of the season, and then it was Lonnie making like 4.5 because he has their whole mid-level exception. So Lonnie, yeah. I hope he comes back to the Lakers. I've really enjoyed seeing him in that area, in that team, in that system. I feel he's been really big for them. So big fan of the Lonnie Walker. Happy that man succeeded. Also, it's really paying off. Rob Pelinka's trade that he made with the Russ Westbrook package, getting all these players back. This depth is really the key to their playoff run right now.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Anthony Davis, I think, has been tremendous. He finally snapped his every other game really good performance for the series. It was funny looking at the stats, looking at points and rebounds. Game 1, he was really good. Game 2, really bad. Game 3, really good. Game 4, really bad. And then, Game 3, really bad. And then Game 4 and 5, he snapped that. So he strung together a couple games, really good games in a row, which when you're Anthony Davis, bro, and last night they had Draymond Green matching up against them, you have to take advantage of that. Shout out Kevon Looney. He's been terrific, doing everything he can. He has had a little bit of an injury, which is why he didn't start, but he's still been really effective on offensive and defensive glass, which I think he's outperformed my expectations for the series, because he's given up, I don't even know how many inches to a 7-footer in Anthony Davis, but he's been really good. But that being said, AD stepped up big time, and this is a perfect time to catch your stride.
Yeah.
I think if you can kind of ride the AD wave up until the finals, that'd be ideal. And then I'm not saying preserve or save LeBron, because you won't be able to without, giving up games. But if LeBron can kind of ride the AD wave until the finals get there, and then, LeBron does LeBron things in the NBA finals, then I think that'd be ideal for their success. Yeah. Really good series. It's been a lot of fun watching the Lakers succeed over the Warriors. I'm also not the biggest Warriors fan, so that also helps.
It is. It does help.
Yeah. I've enjoyed seeing Jordan Poole struggle outside to get his Game 2 performance with 6 threes, but he's been damn near unplayable with his lack of defense, and he's so inconsistent offensively.
It's been rough.
And that's kind of been the story of this year, is his offensive struggles and just not being able to string together good offensive games or efficient offensive games, which I think's really killed him. Not saying it's all Jordan Poole's fault, because I'd also like to see a little more out of Andrew Wiggins coming back, a little more out of Klay Thompson, because again, outside of that Game 2 performance, he hasn't been the Klay that we've all known and love over the past decade plus. So yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I think though, Lakers being up 3-1, LeBron's not going to be on the other side of a 3-1. So this series is a wrap.
Dang.
But yeah, that's all I got for you. It's a wrap, dude.
I'll never call it a wrap until a series is over.
Till the fat lady sings?
Till the fat lady sings. I'm scared of every team coming back.
Okay.
Except for the Knicks.
Except for the Knicks, dude.
Yeah.
Except for the Knicks.
They might steal one more.
Even so, Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6, yeah.
Heat in 6.
More than likely.
Yeah, Sixers in 6.
Sixers in something, hopefully. But yeah.
What were you saying?
No. I'm in the same boat. I think the Warriors are probably done. I don't think LeBron lets it get to a Game 7. I hear what you're saying too about trying to preserve LeBron and ride the AD wave. It'd definitely be helpful if they can, just kind of sit with AD. That being said, I do think the Lakers lose Game 5.
Okay.
I think that I think we see AD play 29 minutes. I think we see LeBron play 30 minutes, and then if they don't win in that, let them rest at it. Yeah, exactly. So
okay. The only thing I would say with not trying to play them more minutes is, why wouldn't you want those couple extra days of rest? Because all likelihood, the Nuggets and Suns will at least go 6 games, if not 7. And we'll talk about that right after this. So I don't know. You want to take those days off that you can get, especially with the age of your superstar LeBron James at 38 and injury-prone Anthony Davis. So I don't know. I would like to see him get similar minutes to what they have all series. Obviously, unless it's a blowout, then you don't play him. But yeah, we'll see.
That's what I'm saying, though, is I think it's going to be more of a blowout in this situation.
Okay.
I think with Steph backed into a corner, he's going to shoot the ball like crazy and just
Yeah.
I think we're seeing like a Steph 45 piece before the series over.
I dig it.
Yeah.
45 and a loss.
45 and a loss. That'd be.
We'll see. We'll see.
That'd be a LeBron James stat line.
Outlandish, bro.
That's a LeBron.
That'd be a LeBron James stat line. Good Lord.
Yeah, I saw someone the other day say LeBron James is the most unlucky superstar.
Pretty unlucky.
I don't even know if it's unlucky. I think the league is just so talented now, and so it's so diluted with talent, right? Because it's so everywhere.
It really is.
There's no team where really they have no super valuable pieces. Maybe the Spurs. Yeah. Like, that's probably the most depleted team in the NBA, and that's still Keldon Johnson's still there. Jeremy Sochan's still there.
Yep. They still have dudes that could score the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they're not an awful team. Like, you put that team in the 90s, it's probably like a 6 seed.
Yeah, make the playoffs.
Probably
That's just the reality of it.
Maybe win a playoff series?
Yeah. Good. Who knows?
Yeah, it's crazy how talented the league has become.
Mm-hmm. It really is. That's why you gotta appreciate it. Appreciate what we have here.
Yes, sir.
But what I've been appreciating is the back and forth of the Nuggets and Suns series, and I've also been appreciating the greatness of Devin Booker. And I've been riding his wave. I rode it last series against the Clippers, but he's been phenomenal to say the least. Offensively, what he's doing right now is absolutely insane. I don't know if you've seen some of the statistics, but he's shooting something like 75% from the field the past 2 games. Like 75, bro, from the field. Now you're like, that includes the 3-point arc.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. It's insane. I don't know. I don't think he could sustain that because no NBA player ever, unless you're Wilt Chamberlain going up against.
Even him never had 75% on a season.
75%. Yeah. The Nuggets Sun series has been awesome. That's all without Chris Paul too for the Suns, their wins. And he's out again tonight and they're playing right now. I did see something. I forgot what NBA analyst said it, but he basically said that he likes the Suns more without Chris Paul on the court than with him, just because they're able to play at a faster pace without Chris Paul on the floor, given his age, and he definitely does slow Phoenix Suns down offensively a little bit.
If you were able to find a way to put like someone with downhill speed like Russell Westbrook type player into that starting 5 and have Chris Paul run the second unit as a slow paced, like efficient basketball team, it's over.
Maintain the game. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Be crazy.
Ideal. Yeah, maybe they go after someone like that in the offseason.
Maybe. I do going back to your 75%, I do. Yeah. I had to double check real quick, but I do know the only player to ever shoot above 75% on a season.
Who?
It happened 2 years ago. I'll give you a hint. 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago. Playoffs?
No. Whole season.
No, not playoffs.
72 games.
Oh! 72 games?
Played 72 games.
Gotta be a center.
It's a center.
Geez. Bam.
No.
Brooke.
No.
Brooke Lopez. Rudy Gobert.
Starting center. Still no.
Damn. Eastern Conference. Okay. New York team.
Yes.
Okay. Nick Claxton?
No.
Oh, he probably didn't get enough. DeAndre Jordan?
No.
Is it the Nets, though?
No.
Mitch Rob?
Yep. Mitchell Robinson shot 76% 2 years ago.
Okay.
Across a 72-game season. He broke the record.
Yeah, hey, Booker's stuff means nothing then.
Yeah, he broke the record for field goal percentage for a season that he had set 2 years prior when he set it at 74%.
Jesus, that's awesome. Shout out you, Mitch Rob. That being said, do more in the playoffs.
That being said, you are not a good center.
Yeah. That being said, win a game.
That being said, you're still too foul happy, bro.
Very foul happy. Very foul happy.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I think for the value of his pick, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Late second round guy. So
yeah, didn't mean to interrupt your D book.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, he's been phenomenal. He's not going to sustain it. But it seems like whoever's at home is going to win the game. So
yeah, it feels like that.
If that's the case, then Nuggets are in luck for having a good regular season because they'll go 7. But I also think they need to win Game 5 tonight at home if they want to have a chance. Just because Phoenix has been so electric at home, their role players last game stepped up really big with a limited bench too that the Suns have. That's also very crucial because when you look at everyone else's roster right now in the NBA, Suns probably have the worst bench out of all the remaining teams.
Easily.
I'm cool with saying that. Yeah, I'm cool with saying that. Yeah, so Game 5's a must-win for them. So
Absolutely.
We'll see. I think the Nuggets do go on in advance, maybe in 7.
I hope so.
So that's well said.
I hope so.
Yeah, you hope so?
I do.
Wow. Why is that?
I would rather Nikola Jokic get to the the Western Conference semis than Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I think the Suns are annoying.
You say this as I'm wearing a KD jersey right now.
I do. I think the Suns are annoying.
Okay.
I feel like they accomplished nothing, nearly nothing. They did get a Western Conference Finals or Western Conference Championship. But they've accomplished nearly nothing.
Finals a couple years ago.
They think they're still like the hottest team in basketball, which they would be if Kelly Oubre was still there. But
so true, Tsunami Poppy.
Tsunami Poppy. But yeah,
that's what it goes by, bro. That's a nickname.
I do think it's probably going to go to 7. It's a really back and forth series. D Book is always that guy. I think he's reestablished himself as the number 1 shooting guard in the NBA.
Yeah, he definitely has.
I think he's repassed D Mitch because it's always D Mitch or D Book is your number 1 shooting guard in the NBA. And I think it's D Book.
Yep.
By far, I think there's a lot of recency bias.
I like
for
Mitchell
that.
a lot in the regular season. This playoffs, Devin Booker's definitely reclaimed that torch. I do want to say I think Devin Booker right now is my number 1 playoff performer, and then Jimmy Butler. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. That's a hot take.
Yep. That's a hot take. D-Book is 1 for me, and then I got Jimmy Butler 2.
Okay. I respect it. I'm not against it. I just disagree with it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. Who's your number 1?
Jimmy.
Is it Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Okay.
There's no one else.
Enough.
He's him.
Yeah. All right. I respect it. Yeah, I don't know. I only say that because in the wins that the Suns have had so far in this postseason, it has been more D-Book led, which is really impressive considering you do have arguably the best player or one of the best players in basketball in Kevin Durant when healthy. So when you can say Devin Booker's been the best player and the main catalyst on those teams and responsible for those wins, I'll give him the nod.
I only say say Jimmy Butler because in my life I've only seen one person become as dominant as Jimmy Butler has been this playoff series, and that's LeBron.
Fair enough.
When he was down 3-1.
Fair enough. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely don't think you can go wrong either way.
It's either or.
Yeah. Is D-Book 2 then for you?
D-Book's 2. Easy.
Okay.
My 1 and 2 are so far ahead of everyone.
Oh, yep. No, I'd agree. I'd agree. Because I think when you look, or at least this season, the superstars will have their dominant games, but then again, they haven't been as consistently dominant as D-Book and Jimmy Butler have been, which isn't to say that they haven't been as good. Again, they've been great in their own respective role, but these two players have been playing out of their mind. So, yeah, that's all I got to say for that.
That's all I got to say either.
Yeah, we successfully covered our playoffs, kept you guys up to date, and we do have a little more fun that has come out. And yesterday we had the first and second team all rookie come out, and I'll riddle off those names for you right now. We had Paulo Banchero, unanimous first team. Jalen Williams from the OKC Thunder, the forward. Walker Kessler, the center. Keegan Murray and Benedict Mathurin from Indiana. And second team was led by Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duran, Jabari Smith Jr., Jeremy Sokan, and Tyree Eason.
Tari.
Yeah. 2 Rockets players. Huh?
Tari,
my bad. Tari Eason. Trey, thank God I have you here.
I got you.
That's our first team. I think when you look at the rookies, they got it right. As right as they could.
Yeah,
first team, I
agree.
wouldn't change anything with that.
I agree. I do like how they do all rookie is there's no positions in voting this, right? Like there's 4 forwards and a center, and that's the way all NBA teams should be, I believe. So like there's no reason that Giannis, Jokic, and Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid shouldn't all be at all NBA first team.
Yeah, you had a good take earlier in the year, just saying whoever receives like the most MVP votes, that should be how you determine your all NBA teams. And I'm not mad about it. I mean, when you look at who's the best players, that's how you should go. So I like that a lot. Obviously, we know that's not the case. They're more position favored and heavy. So
I think it's the way it should be.
I agree. It truly acknowledges the players who had the best seasons and are respected amongst the media, their peers, coaches. But yeah. And then we also have the defensive team led by your defensive player of the year, Jaren Jackson Jr., Drew Holiday, Milwaukee, Brook Lopez, Milwaukee. I had to say that just because of the slander I was giving them earlier. Evan Mobley, Cleveland, Alex Caruso, first team as a guard for Chicago, Derek White, Boston, Draymond Green, Golden State, OG Anunoby, Toronto, Dylan Brooks, Memphis, and Bam Adebayo, Miami.
I'm not mad at it. I do wish Joel was in there, and I do wish Giannis was in there.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of crazy that, I don't know, Dylan Brooks got it over Giannis.
Yeah. No, I'd agree. No, keep going. My bad.
No, you're good. It's just, I know, so if we're going off of like the lowest opponent field goal percentage, right?
Yep.
It was Giannis. He allowed 41.3%, which is the number one in the NBA, which he's defending in every single position. I feel like he should definitely be on there above Dylan, above Draymond. I understand why he wouldn't be first team because Mobley and Jaren Jackson are both, that guy.
Also finalist.
So they kind of have to be there. Brook Lopez deserves to be there. I thought Bam Adebayo being there instead of Nick Claxton was kind of crazy. But overall, I'm with you. I'm not mad at it.
To your point about Joel not being on it, he did technically receive more votes.
Not Joel.
Or more voting points. Yeah, no, Joel for DPOY this year.
Yeah.
And Bam did. So if we are just, again, looking back at some of the big awards that, acknowledge our specialists per se, I'm shocked to see Joel, who's also a center, not getting the nod over Bam. But is what it is. I'm not too terribly mad, like you said. Maybe I'd remove Draymond and Dylan Brooks. But that's it.
I mean, Giannis needs to be on this list.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and I'd look in favor of there. And as a wise Paul George said early in the year, Herb Jones. Great defender.
Yeah, put Giannis and Herb Jones, replace Dylan and Draymond, and that's my list. I'm fine with Bam being there. Yeah. I would rather Nick Claxton be there over Bam, and I'd rather Joel be there over the Bam. But I can't say I think Joel should be DPOY every year. I can't say I'm unbiased in my Joel choice. But I think it was crazy. I think it's still it blows my mind that Giannis isn't on that list after leading the league in field goal percentage.
It really is.
So No,
No,
be what it
I'm
be,
right there
though.
with you. It do be what it be, and looking forward to the rest of the week. We do have the All-NBA team coming out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, or Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Thursday, we have the Teammate of the Year award coming out at 12 p.m. Eastern Time.
The what award?
Teammate of the Year.
Is that every year? Is that a thing? Am I casual?
Yeah.
Who won it last year? Do you know?
It's me. I want to say someone on the Bucks, actually.
Okay.
Teammate
Interesting.
of the Year.
I have no recollection of this award.
No, that's fair. It's kind of a weird one. Yeah, Drew Holiday won it last year.
Interesting. All right. Go with it.
Uh-huh. There you go. If you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah, so I do believe that concludes our NBA award winners and team placers. I don't know how you describe the
all
NBA teams, all NBA
defensive
teams.
and all rookie team winner. I don't know either. That's weird.
Yeah, is what it is.
It is what it is.
So a couple more exciting things, but yeah, I think that's all we got for you guys today.
Yeah, I mean, it's been real.
It's been fun,
and it's been real fun. You know, not bad for our first long distance podcast.
Exactly.
If you have any tips on how we improve this, though, let us know. Absolutely. Yeah, feel free to reach out to us on any of our various social medias, or even email us at 50shadesofNBApod@gmail.com. Bam. Yeah, with that being said, deuces.